The deep black of space was silent, empty and cold. Captain Arin Hale stood on the command deck of Voyager 12, watching the unknown planet on the main screen. The planet looked dead. No lights, no movement, no signs of life. But still, something about it felt wrong. Arin was a calm man, a serious man, a man who had seen many strange things in the galaxy. But this planet made even him feel uneasy. It floated alone on the edge of the Orion sector, as if the rest of the universe tried to stay away from it. "Captain, scans complete," said Officer Lena. "There are massive ruins on the surface. Very old, tens of thousands of years." Arin nodded. "Any life signs?" "None," she replied. "It's completely silent." Silent planets were normal, but this silence felt different. It felt heavy, like something was hiding under it. The crew waited for Arin's decision. He looked at the screen again. The planet was dark and cracked, like someone had once broken it with giant hands. "Prepare a landing team." Arin said finally, "Let's see what happened down there." The shuttle dropped through the thin atmosphere and landed in the center of a huge ruined city. The buildings were made from black stone, towering high like giant teeth. The ground was covered in ash. Every step made a soft crunching sound, like they were walking on old bones. "Sir, this place looks like a war zone," said Engineer Taro. "No," Arin replied quietly. "This looks like the aftermath of a massacre." The deeper they walked, the stranger things became. The walls had marks, deep, sharp marks, made by something powerful. And everywhere, huge metal plates covered the ground like someone tried to seal something away. Officer Lena pointed her flashlight forward. "Captain, look." In the center of the ruin stood a massive black vault. It was round, smooth, and perfectly sealed, with glowing alien symbols carved across its surface. The symbols pulsed faintly, like a sleeping heartbeat. Taro slowly approached it. "What is this?" Arin frowned. "It looks like a containment unit." "For what?" Lena asked. No one answered. The vault stood silent. It was as tall as a 4-story building. No cracks, no openings, only the symbols, glowing in a warning pattern none of them understood. Taro scanned it. "Captain, this thing is still active. It's generating power after thousands of years. Can we open it?" Arin asked. Taro hesitated. "Yes, but maybe we shouldn't." Arin stepped closer. His flashlight hit something strange etched into the surface. A picture, a drawing. It showed a creature with long claws, many eyes, and a body that looked half steel and half flesh. And next to it, another picture, dozens of planets burning. A warning. But the crew could not read the symbols. They didn't know what the ancient builders tried to say. Taro adjusted his tools. "Captain, if we open this vault, we might find old technology. Maybe weapons. Maybe history." Arin looked at the dead city around him. Something terrible happened here long ago, but they needed answers. Humanity always needed answers. He took a deep breath. "Open it." Taro connected his device to the vault. The symbols glowed brighter. The ground under their feet vibrated. For a moment, everything felt alive again. Too alive. Captain," Lena whispered. "The power levels are rising fast." Before Arin could respond, the vault released a loud boom, shaking the entire city. Dust and ash shot into the air. The symbols turned red. A circular door slowly twisted open, releasing a blast of cold air that felt like death itself. From inside, a bright beam of light shot straight into the sky. "What is that?" Taro shouted. "It's a signal," Lena answered, her voice trembling. "It's broadcasting across the galaxy." Arin's heart dropped. This was not a vault. This was a prison. And they had just broken a lock. The planet began to shake harder. Rocks fell from ruined towers. A deep rumbling sound echoed beneath the ground, like a monster waking from a long sleep. Then the beam above them suddenly stopped. Silence. Complete, terrifying silence. Arin took a step back. "Team, fall back. Now!" They rushed to the shuttle, hearts racing. The ruin shook again. Something inside the vault moved. Not loudly, just a small, soft sound. But that sound felt more frightening then an explosion. Something alive was now awake. The shuttle lifted off, leaving the cursed planet behind. But the fear followed them. On the ship, Communications Officer Red shouted, "Captain, we're receiving a message." "From where?" Arin asked. "From deep space," Red said. "It's not human. It's something else." The message crackled through the speakers. A broken voice. Cold, ancient, filled with anger. "Congratulations." The entire crew froze. "You just started a war." The bridge went silent. With the deadliest creatures a galaxy has ever known. Arin felt his stomach twist. Whatever they had awakened was coming. Captain Arin Hale gripped the edge of the command console. "Prepare for immediate jump back to Earth," he ordered. "Captain, sensors are picking up multiple ships approaching fast," said Officer Lena. "They're not human. They're huge." Arin's eyes widened. "Show me." On the main screen, shadows moved in the darkness of space. Massive, jagged ships glided silently, faster than anything humans had ever built. Their surfaces were black and shiny, like living armor. "They're here already?" muttered Engineer Taro, voice trembling. "How do they find us so fast?" "They're not just ships," Lena said. "They're alive. Sensors show organic and mechanical components. They're evolving while they fly." Arin swallowed hard. The Vraxions. The name came to him from old galactic legends, stories Earth scientists dismissed as myths. A species feared by every known civilization. A species imprisoned for thousands of years. And now they were awake. The bridge was silent, except for the soft hum of the ship's systems. Even the usual chatter of the crew had disappeared. Then the first shot came. A beam of blue energy cut through space, narrowly missing Voyager 12. The ship shook violently. "Shields holding, barely," shouted Taro. "Evasive maneuvers." Arin yelled, "Get us out of here." The crew scrambled. The Vraxian ships moved in perfect formation, anticipating every move. It was as if they knew exactly what the humans would do before they did it. "They're too fast," Lena said, voice almost a whisper. "They adapt instantly." Arin's stomach tightened. This was no ordinary enemy. Humans had fought aliens before once, maybe twice, but the Vraxions were a nightmare come to life. Suddenly, a voice echoed through their communication systems. It was not human. It was cold, metallic, and ancient. "Return the one you freed, or we take your world." The bridge fell silent again. Who is that?" Taro asked. "The Queen," Arin said quietly. "She was in the vault. That's her voice. She's calling through space, and she's angry." The crew understood immediately. The creature they had freed was no simple prisoner. It was a leader, the Queen of the Vraxions. Arin's mind raced. Send a distress signal to Earth. Tell them what happened. Tell them everything. Red, the communications officer, nodded. His hands shook as he typed. "Message sent, Captain. But Earth won't believe us. No one will believe this." Arin leaned against the console. He looked at the crew, young, brave, and now terrified. "We have no choice. We either fight or die." The first wave of attacks came before they could finish the sentence. Energy blasts tore through the void, missing their ship by inches. Voyager 12 shook again. "We can't outrun them," Lena said. "They're everywhere, too many." Arin clenched his jaw. He knew Earth had no chance if the Vraxions reached the planet. Entire cities could be destroyed in minutes. "We need to warn them," he said. "But more importantly, we need to understand them." Taro looked at him, confused. "Understand them?" "Captain, they're killing machines. They heal instantly. They don't sleep. They're perfect predators." "Exactly," Arin said. "And perfect predators can be defeated if you know their weakness." The crew worked in silence, scanning every signal, every movement, every strange energy pulse from the approaching ships. It was a race against time. Then, without warning, one of the Vraxian ships detached from the formation. It moved closer, stopping just outside the range of the Voyager 12 sensors. A new message came, this one sharper, colder. "Your species is weak. Your world is small. You should not have touched the vault." Arin's voice was steady, but inside his heart pounded. "Listen carefully," he said to the crew. "We cannot fight them head-on. Not yet. We need a plan. And we need information. This is the beginning of a war none of U.S. asked for." The Vraxions circled the ship like predators, observing, waiting. Every second felt like an eternity. Finally, the Queen's message came again. "Your mistake has awakened us. Do not run, do not hide. Your time is short." Arin closed his eyes for a moment. "We didn't just release a species," he whispered. "We started a war we don't yet understand. But if we survive, maybe, just maybe, humanity can fight back." Outside, the stars stretched into streaks as the Vraxions advanced. The first contact with fear had begun in Voyager. 12 was trapped between survival and annihilation, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Captain Arin Hale stared at the main screen, trying to make sense of what they had unleashed. "Captain," Lena said, pointing at the scans. "The Queen, she's gone from a vault. She's not on the planet. She's somewhere out there, moving fast. And the rest, they're growing stronger as they hunt." Arin's stomach tightened. Faster, stronger. How? They weren't supposed to be alive. "They adapt," Taro said grimly. "Every attack we make, every move we do, they learn from it. They evolve." The crew fell silent. They had read about dangerous species, but the Vraxions were something else. Ancient records from old human colonies described them as unstoppable predators. Ships sent against them never returned. Entire planets were burned. And yet, they had been locked away, sealed in vaults across the galaxy for thousands of years. Why were they in prison? Red asked, finally breaking the silence. Arin rubbed his face. "Because they can't be killed, not by any known weapon. They heal instantly. Their bodies adapt to attacks. They don't sleep. They don't need oxygen. They don't fear pain. And their intelligence, it's tactical. They plan, they ambush, they learn." The bridge went quiet again. Fear settled like ice over the crew. Then the communications console beeped. A new message from deep space. The voice was metallic, cold, and commanding. "Your species is small. Your technology is primitive. You cannot stop us. The Queen must return or all will burn." The Queen. Arin shivered. She was no ordinary creature. She was the heart of the Vraxions. Without her, they still hunted. But with her, they were unstoppable. Lena spoke softly. "Captain, if she's with them, the galaxy is finished." "Nah, if we find her first," Arin said, determination rising in his chest. "We need to locate her before the Vraxions regroup." Taro shook his head. "And how do we do that? She's not a person. She's the force of nature. And the rest of them are tracking us right now." Arin leaned on the console. "Then we move fast. We follow the energy trails from the vault. They'll lead us to her. And we have to be careful. Any mistake, any delay will mean the end." The crew prepared the ship. Every sensor was tuned, every weapon charged, every shield ready. The tension was unbearable. As Voyager, 12 jumped into faster-than-light travel. Arin recalled the ancient files on the Vraxions. They had been created as perfect soldiers by a long-dead alien civilization. Their bodies could regenerate almost instantly. Their minds could calculate millions of outcomes at once. They had one instinct above all: kill, conquer, dominate. And yet one among them, the Queen, had been different. The archives hinted she refused endless war, tried to escape her own kind. That was why she had been imprisoned. Arin's heart pounded. If the Queen had survived, she could be humanity's only hope. But if the Vraxions captured her first, there would be nothing left to save. A sudden alert snapped him from his thoughts. "Captain!" Sensors detect another ship closing in. A Vraxion warship. The massive ship moved with unnatural speed, cutting across space like a black arrow. Its surface shimmered with strange energy, reacting to Voyager 12 shields. "Evasive maneuvers!" Arin shouted. The crew worked quickly, but the Vraxion ship was faster. It fired, and beams of blue energy tore past them, slicing the void like knives. "We can't outrun them forever," Lena shouted. Arin's mind raced. "Then we have to outsmart them, use the terrain, asteroid fields, debris, anything that slows them down. The Voyager 12 dove into a nearby asteroid belt, the massive rocks spinning around them. The Vraxion ship followed, but the crew could feel it hesitating, adjusting its path to the obstacles. "They're cautious," Taro said. "They're learning. Every movement we make, they analyze it. They adapt to our tactics." "Yes," Arin said, voice low but firm. "And that's why we need the Queen. We need her knowledge. We need her help." Suddenly, the communication console beeped again. A new message, this time not from the Queen, but from another Vraxion. "Your mistake will cost your planet. The Queen will return. She cannot hide. And when she does, you will regret ever touching the vault." Arin felt the weight of the galaxy pressing down on him. He looked at his crew. Their faces were pale, their eyes wide with fear. But fear alone would not save them. "We don't have time to be afraid," he said firmly. "We need to find her. We need to protect her. And if we survive, maybe humanity will have a chance." The Voyager 12 pushed deeper into the unknown sectors of space, following faint traces of energy left by the Queen. The stars streaked past like needles of light, and the crew felt the vast emptiness of the galaxy pressing around them. Somewhere ahead, the Queen waited, and somewhere behind, the rest of her kind hunted them relentlessly. Arin gripped the console, heart pounding. The truth of the Vraxions was clear now. They were not just enemies. They were predators beyond imagination, ancient and perfect in their design. And humanity had just stepped into a war it could not afford to lose. The war had begun, and the first real battle was only the beginning. The Voyager 12 cut through the darkness of deep space, its hull trembling with every small asteroid it passed. Captain Arin Hale stood at the command deck, eyes locked on the faint energy trail left by the Queen. "This is it," he whispered. "She's ahead of us. We're getting close." Officer Lena frowned at the sensors. "Captain, the energy signature is changing. It's adapting. It's hiding, almost like she knows we're following." Arin's jaw tightened. "She's smart. She has to be. The rest of her species, they're dangerous. But she could be our only hope." "Engineer," Taro muttered. "Hope? Captain, every planet we pass looks like a graveyard. The trail she left destruction follows it. She might be alive, but she's not harmless." "Not harmless, yes," Arin admitted. "But if she falls into the hands of the Vraxions, we're all dead." The crew fell silent. Each of them knew the truth. The Queen wasn't just a creature. She was a key to survival, or the trigger for annihilation. Suddenly, the sensors beeped furiously. A massive object appeared ahead. Broken planets, shattered moons, and debris floated across their path. The Queen had passed through here, leaving nothing untouched. "By the stars," Lena said, her voice trembling. "She's moving through destroyed systems. Entire civilizations gone." Arin swallowed hard. "We have to keep moving. She's alive, and that's all that matters." But before they could adjust their course, alarms blared. "Captain, multiple Vraxion ships closing in fast," shouted Taro. Arin cursed under his breath. "They've found us. Prepare weapons. Shields up." The Vraxions moved with terrifying precision, blocking their path. Blue energy beams sliced through the void, making the Voyager 12 shake violently. "Captain, evasive maneuvers aren't enough." Lena shouted. Arin's mind raced. They couldn't outrun them. They couldn't fight them head-on. But maybe there was a way to trick them. Deploy decoys. Arin yelled. "Scatter everything we've got. Make them think we're splitting up." The crew worked quickly. Artificial energy signatures shot out into space, drawing the Vraxions' attention. The enemy ships twisted and turned, adapting slowly to the decoys. Slower than expected. Taro muttered. "They're learning, but they're still following the wrong targets." Arin exhaled. "Good. Keep it up. But don't get comfortable. They're still faster and stronger than us. One mistake, and it's over." The Queen's energy signature pulsed ahead, faint but distinct. The crew followed cautiously, knowing that every step could trigger another attack. Hours passed. The tension on the bridge was unbearable. No one spoke except to give necessary commands. Every blink of the eyes felt like a risk. Finally, the sensors picked up a smaller, isolated moon. The Queen's signature was strongest there. "She's here," Lena said softly. "Captain, she's alive." Arin nodded. "We can't risk another Vraxion attack. We have to approach carefully. If she senses danger, she could vanish again." The shuttle descended onto the moon. Craters and jagged rocks marked the surface. The air was thin but breathable. The Queen's energy was stronger here, like the moon itself pulsed with her presence. "Scan for life forms," Arin ordered. The scanners detected nothing until something moved. Small shadows darted among the rocks, too fast to be seen clearly. "Taro, what is that?" Lena asked. "I don't know, but they're following us," Taro said. Before anyone could react, a figure emerged from the shadows. Tall, sleek, and half organic, half metallic. The Queen. Her eyes glowed faintly. Her movements were fluid, almost like water. She stopped a few meters away, observing them. "Who are you?" Arin asked, stepping forward carefully. The Queen's voice entered their minds, telepathy, strong and commanding. "Humans, you freed me. You don't understand. My kind, they will kill everything in their path to get me back." Arin swallowed. "We need your help. If they capture you, the galaxy, everything will be destroyed." The Queen tilted her head, analyzing him. "Why should I help you? You are weak, fragile. Your species barely survives its own wars." Lena stepped forward. "Because if you don't, no one survives. Not us, not your kind, not anyone." The Queen seemed to consider this. Slowly, she nodded. "Very well. I will help, but only if you protect me, and only if you follow my rules." Arin's heart pounded. "We'll do whatever it takes." Above them, in orbit, the Vraxion fleet approached again. The hunt was not over, but for the first time, humans had an ally and a chance. Arin looked at the crew. Fear was still there, but so was determination. The real hunt had begun, and they were no longer alone. The galaxy was about to witness the start of a war unlike any it had ever seen. The Voyager 12 hovered quietly above the cratered moon, its engines humming softly. Captain Arin Hale stood on the deck, staring at the Queen. She remained motionless, her glowing eyes scanning the crew like a predator studying prey. But now, she was something more, a reluctant ally. "This is insane," Lena whispered. "We're teaming up with the very creature that could destroy us all." Arin didn't answer. He knew fear alone would not save them. Humanity had survived countless threats, and this was no different. Except this time, the enemy was perfect, and their ally was as dangerous as the predator they hunted. The Queen's voice entered their minds again. "You freed me, humans. That was your first mistake. Your second will be trusting me." "Understood," Arin replied calmly. "But right now, trust is our only option. If the Vraxions take you, they will destroy everything. Earth, colonies, ships, everyone." The Queen tilted her head. "I do not trust your species. I have seen humans fight and betray one another for less. But my kind hunts me relentlessly. I need protection. And you'll provide it." Arin swallowed. "We will, but we need your help too. You know them better than we do. We cannot fight this war alone." The Queen seemed to consider this. Slowly, a faint glow pulsed from her chest. "Very well. I will help you. But understand this. You follow my rules. No deviation. One mistake, and you die." Taro muttered under his breath. "We don't really have a choice, do we?" "No," Arin replied quietly. "But we do have a chance. And right now, that's enough." The Queen led them into the shuttle. Her presence altered the controls, interfacing directly with human technology. The sensors began to reveal hidden energy fields and cloaked ships. She explained telepathically. "Your weapons, primitive. Your tactics, predictable. But your creativity, that may save you. Follow me." The crew learned quickly. They observed the Vraxions' movements, how they adapted, how they hunted. Every attack was calculated. Every strategy refined by centuries of instinct. "This is more than war," Lena whispered. "This is a test, and we're the prey." "Yes," Arin said, "but we're learning." And now we have an advantage. We know they adapt, and we have someone who knows them better than anyone. The Queen led them to a hidden sector of space, far from the Vraxions' main fleet. Here, they planned their next move. Humans learned how the Vraxions tracked energy, how they communicated, and how they attacked in synchronized waves. Arin realized one thing clearly. The Queen was not evil. She had been imprisoned because she refused endless war. Her kind wanted her back to continue their empire. If humans protected her, they could use her knowledge to survive. Captain, Lena said, her voice serious. We need Earth to prepare defenses. If we fail, everything dies. Arin nodded. Send the coordinates. Warn them of the Vraxian strength. Warn them of the Queen and hope they believe us. Red began transmitting the warning. For the first time, Arin felt the weight of responsibility, not just for his crew, but for every human life in the galaxy. Days passed. The Queen guided them, teaching them strategies to evade attacks, confuse the Vraxions, and fight smart rather than fight hard. The Voyager 12 became more than a ship. It became a moving fortress, equipped with knowledge that could turn the tide. Then came the first test. The Vraxian fleet had located the Queen's energy signature. Hundreds of ships surrounded them, faster than ever. Arin took a deep breath. We follow her plan. Everyone stay focused. This is our chance to survive, and to prove humanity can fight back. The Queen's voice entered their minds. Do not hesitate. Hesitation is death. Use what you have. Trust your instincts, and trust me. The battle began. Energy beams cut through space. Debris and asteroids flew everywhere. The crew of Voyager 12 used every tactic the Queen had taught them, outmaneuvering the Vraxions at every turn. For the first time, they saw it weakness, not in the Vraxions themselves, but in their predictability. They adapted, yes, but the Queen could predict their patterns, guide humans, and exploit their instincts. Arin smiled grimly. We might just survive this. The battle ended with the Vraxions retreating temporarily. The Queen hovered above the moon, glowing faintly. You have potential, she said. But remember, this is only the beginning. Your world will face them soon. Prepare yourselves. Train, adapt, and survive. Arin nodded. We will, and we won't fail. Above them, the stars stretched endlessly. But for the first time, humanity had hope. They had an ally. They had a plan. And for the first time, the war did not feel hopeless. The Vraxions would return. And when they did, Earth would be ready. The dark sky above Earth was filled with distant stars and with shadows moving faster than anything humanity had ever seen. Captain Arin Hale stood on the bridge of Voyager 12, staring at the approaching Vraxian fleet. They're here, Lena whispered. Her voice trembled, but her eyes were sharp. Thousands of ships. Too many to count. Arin's jaw tightened. All units to battle stations. Earth Command has been warned. Evacuations are underway. This is the moment we prepare for. Engineer Taro shook his head. Captain, they're faster, stronger, perfect. How we fight that? We adapt, Arin said firmly. That's what the Queen taught us. Every move they make, we counter. Every attack they plan, we disrupt. Humanity survives because we learn and we fight smart. Outside the atmosphere, the Vraxian fleet advanced like a living shadow. Their ships moved in perfect formation, glinting with alien energy. Thousands of beams flashed, warning the humans that they were already being scanned and tracked. Red tapped his console frantically. They're targeting Earth cities directly. First wave will hit in minutes. Shields up. Divert energy to planetary defense. Arin shouted. Prepare the Queen. She's our best chance. The Queen hovered above the Voyager 12, glowing faintly. Her energy radiated outward, interfacing with human technology. You cannot stop them with your weapons alone, she telepathically warned. Use your minds, your unpredictability. Confuse them and survive. The first attack hit. Massive energy beams tore through the atmosphere, flattening cities and leaving smoke rising into the sky. Humans watched from orbit, horrified. Captain, Lena said, we're losing shields in 3 sectors. If the fleet breaks through, there's no stopping them. Arin clenches fists. Then we fight them where they least expect it. Deploy decoys near the orbit. Draw them into the asteroid belts. Force them to adapt and make mistakes. The crew executed the plan. Decoy energy signatures launched in multiple directions. Vraxion ships twisted, adjusted, and collided with debris. Some were destroyed. Others paused, analyzing, frustrated by the humans' strange tactics. Good, Arin muttered. Now counterattack. Hit their weak points where the Queen shows us. Using the Queen's guidance, humans targeted energy conduits and command cores of smaller Vraxion ships. Some ships exploded instantly, others malfunctioned, giving humans more time. But the Vraxions had one card left, the Titan of Ash, a massive warship detached from the main fleet. It was alive, larger than any ship Earth had seen. Its surface glowed like molten rock. It moved with terrifying intelligence. The Titan of Ash landed on the outskirts of the planet, crushing everything in its path. Titan of Ash, Taro whispered. It's unstoppable. The Queen floated above, energy pulsing. It is my creation, she said. I cannot destroy it directly, but I can seal it, only with sacrifice. Arin stared at her. We don't have time for sacrifices. If it reaches the cities, you will have to choose, the Queen replied, her glowing eyes locked on his. Earth or me? Arin's mind raced. His crew, his people, his planet. Everything depended on his choice. The Titan moved, crushing forests and cities in minutes. Human fighters attacked, but were torn apart instantly. The Queen concentrated her energy, raising a shield around the Titan. A blinding light enveloped it. Arin knew the decision had to be made. Save Earth, he whispered. Do what you must. The Queen's light flared. The Titan of Ash was drawn into a vortex of energy, sealed forever. But the Queen screamed as the effort drained her life force. Her body faded, leaving only a faint glow in orbit. The Vraxion fleet, leaderless and confused, retreated into the void. Earth was safe for now. Arin stared at the sky, the smoke and fires of the planet below reflecting in his eyes. We survived today, he said quietly. But the real war has not started yet. Lena placed a hand on his shoulder. Captain, we did it. We saved millions. Save millions, Arin repeated, his voice heavy. Yes, but one day, the rest of them will return. And next time we may not be ready. Above them, stars shone as if nothing had happened. But in the darkness, the Queen's warning echoed in their minds. One day my species will return, and they will not stop. Humanity had survived the first battle. They had fought, adapted, and learned. But the Vraxions were still out there, waiting, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Earth was in chaos. Cities still smoldered from the Titan of Ash's attack, but humanity had survived. Captain Arin Hale stood on the bridge of Voyager 12, staring at the stars, knowing this was only the beginning. The Queen's sacrifice had saved the planet, but at a terrible cost. Her glowing energy had sealed the Titan, but she had vanished, leaving only a faint echo in the minds of those who had fought beside her. Captain, Lena said softly, the fleet, they're gone for now, but they'll come back, and they'll be stronger. Arin nodded. He felt the weight of responsibility pressing on him like gravity. We bought time, but the real war is still out there. Suddenly, a signal appeared on the sensors. Not from the Vraxions, not from Earth. It was faint and alien. Captain, it's her, Taro whispered. The Queen, she's alive. Arin's eyes widened. How? She should have been gone. She used her remaining energy to communicate. Red said. She says she needs our help again. The message played in their minds. The Titan is sealed, but my species will return. I cannot stop them all alone. You must make a choice, save me or save your world. Arin's chest tightened. The choice was impossible. If they tried to save her, Earth could be destroyed. If they let her remain lost, humanity might survive, but the Vraxions could regroup and attack again. He turned to his crew. We don't have much time. If we act wrong, everything ends. Lena stepped forward. Captain, Earth comes first. Millions of lives depend on it. The Queen knew the risk. She sacrificed herself for us once. We can't risk it again. Arin nodded slowly. You're right. We save Earth. He keyed a command into the Voyager 12 systems. A signal was sent, redirecting all remaining energy from their ship and satellites to strengthen planetary shields and defenses. Missile systems, laser rays, and energy grids came online instantly, forming a protective barrier around every major city. Above them, the sky shimmered as the Queen's final energy pulse sealed the Titan. The Vraxions, leaderless and confused, retreated into deep space. Their glowing eyes and orbit faded from human sensors. Arin exhaled. It's done for now. Lena looked at him. Captain, she's gone. Completely? Yes, Arin said quietly. But her warning, it stays. One day, they will return, and we have to be ready. The crew went silent. Each of them felt the weight of survival, of sacrifice, and of the coming battles. Days later, Earth began to rebuild. Humanity celebrated survival, unaware of the true enemy lurking in the shadows of space. Captain Arin met with Earth Command, outlining the threat and the lessons learned. They are not just aliens, Arin warned. They are perfect predators. They adapt, they evolve, they never sleep. They will return. And next time, they will not be alone. Earth Command listened, eyes wide with fear. Preparations began. Ships were upgraded, weapons improved, and defenses strengthened. Humanity had survived the first battle, but the war was far from over. Late one night, Arin stood alone on the bridge, staring at the stars. The Queen's faint energy signature flickered in the distance, like a ghost, a warning, and a promise. She saved us, Arin whispered, but she will not be here next time, and we have to face them without her. A small alert flashed on the console. A single Vraxion ship, isolated and faint, moved silently in the void. It had been scouting, watching. Arin's eyes narrowed. So it begins again, he said. The hunt never ends. The war is only starting. Above Earth, the stars stretched endlessly. The Titan was gone. The Queen had vanished. Humanity survived. But in the darkness of space, the Vraxions waited. Patient, intelligent, deadly. And the galaxy would never be the same. Captain Arin Hale clenched his fists. We survived today, but the real war is coming. And when it does, we will fight or we will die. The screen went dark, leaving only the distant stars and the quiet hum of humanity's fragile hope. The final choice had been made. Earth had won for now, but in the depths of space, the Vraxions were already planning. The war was far from over. Months had passed since the Titan of Ash was sealed and the Queen had vanished. Earth was slowly rebuilding. Cities rose from the ashes. People celebrated their survival, unaware of how close they had come to extinction. Captain Arin Hale stood on the observation deck of Voyager 12, watching the stars. His crew moved around the ship, preparing for patrols, training, and research. Every sensor scan reminded them that the Vraxions had not forgotten Earth. They're out there, Lena said softly, joining him. We can't see them, but they're watching, waiting. Arin nodded. The Queen's sacrifice bought us time, but time is short. The Vraxions will return, and next time, they will come prepared. A flicker appeared on the long-range sensors. At first, it seemed insignificant, just a small energy pulse far from known sectors. Taro, check that signal, Arin ordered. The engineer frowned at the readings. It's faint, almost like a whisper, but it's moving and it's intelligent, not random. Someone or something is sending it. Could it be the Queen? Lena asked, hope flickering in her voice. Arin shook his head. I don't know. If it's her, she's trying to warn us. But if it's them, it could be a trap. The ship's communications system crackled. A new voice emerged, metallic, cold, and alien. Unlike before, this one was calculated, patient, almost mocking. Humans, you survived. This time. But the game has only begun. You cannot hide. You cannot run. We are patient. We are eternal. And soon, your world will belong to us. Arin felt a chill run down his spine. This was not a simple warning. This was a promise. The Vraxions had learned from their defeat. They were already planning. He turned his crew. Prepare all ships. Upgrade defenses. Train every soldier. Humanity will not be caught unprepared again. This is no longer just survival. It's a war for our future. Red, monitoring the communications console, pointed at the signal. Captain, it's expanding. It's a network. Something is coordinating across sectors. It's massive. Arin's jaw tightened. Then we have no choice. We fight smart. We fight together. And when they arrive, we show them that humanity is not weak. Outside, stars twinkled, calm and beautiful. But beneath that calm lay shadows. The Vraxions were not gone. They were evolving, adapting, preparing for the final war. And somewhere, deep in space, faint energy pulses flickered. The Queen's signature, perhaps alive, perhaps watching, perhaps waiting. Arin clenched his fists. The battle for Earth and the galaxy is far from over, but we will be ready. We will fight, and we will not fall. Lena placed a hand on his shoulder. Captain, we survived the first battle. We can survive the next. Yes, Arin said, voice firm, but the shadows of war are coming, and when they strike, we have to be stronger than ever. The Voyager, 12 accelerated into the darkness of space. Ahead, the stars stretched like streaks of light. Behind them, the echoes of the Titan, the Queen, and the Vraxions lingered in memory. And far beyond, in the void, patience waited. Intelligence waited. Death waited. The galaxy was quiet for now, but the shadows of war were gathering, and humanity would need to face them or be erased forever.